Spring Grove is coached by Kirby Corweiler and Jared Smith. Now starting for your Spartans, number 2, junior Jordan Overton. Number 4, senior Michael Ladney. Number 13, junior Ryan Bishop. Number 15, senior Anthony Torres. And number 44, senior Ethan Schimmel. The Spartans are coached by Douglas Fink. Officials for tonight's game are Fred Hartman, Ken Broom, and Dan Whitehead. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise, and gentlemen, kindly remove your hats in respect for our national anthem.
Good evening, sports fans. Coming to you live tonight from York Tech High School in York Township, Pennsylvania. It's Sports Shooting Stars. It's Todd Edwards along with my broadcast partner, Dew Jones, and we are moments away from tip-off featuring the Spring Grove Rockets invading York Tech Spartans. Dew, it should be an interesting matchup tonight, featuring two schools that we normally do not feature on Sports Shooting Stars, but glad to have them on the air tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. We usually don't feature York Tech or Spring Grove, at least not too many of their games so far this year. But right now they come in with the same record, 6-13. They're evenly matched. This is a big time D2, D3 matchup that, you assume that Spring Grove will have the competitive edge. They play in that Division I match, that Division I criteria when they play against a lot of good schools like York High, Central York, Dallastown, and Redline. So, they come in a little bit more battle-tested, I believe, than York Tech, but it's anybody's game than they're here tonight.
And we are underway here. Spartans in their white jerseys.
And that's a quick shot.
Green number Spring Grove in their blue jerseys with white numbers. And there we have it. The freshman, Caleb Allen, with the first points in tonight's game.
Caleb Allen did a great job running the break. And the ball's outlet pass. A little bit out of the reach.
Just stepped out of bounds there. Ethan Schimmel, the senior, 6'4" senior, averaging 8 rebounds per game for York Tech. Jaden Orweiler, the junior, brings the ball up court for the Rockets.
And that's a nice give and go.
Down low. And
easy bucket
by Orweiler.
Great offense from Spring Grove. Just like that, York Tech is back on offense, working the ball around. Gladney, their leading scorer so far this year, with 13 points.
11 points.
Oh, 11 points.
11 points a game, and then, of course, his teammate Jordan Overton averaging 10 points a game.
And that's too easy, and they're going to need a timeout soon here for York Tech.
And spreading the butter around here a little bit early.
Well, we know about Avon Myers. He can put up a lot of points in a hurry. Really good guard, shooting guard. Knows how to get his own space and knock down his shots.
Nice jump shot by Ethan Schimmel. Puts York Tech on the board. 6-2 early in the first quarter. We welcome you to Sports Shooting Stars tonight. And the bucket.
That's a nice left-handed layup for number 5 for Spring Grove.
Dawson McMaster, a junior. And everyone for Spring Grove kind of getting in on the scoring tonight early in the first quarter.
Got to give a lot of credit to Spring Grove's offense. They're doing a great job of running the offense and getting those open looks for those easy layups. I think they know they can attack York Tech, so that's exactly what they're doing, trying to get to the bucket, attack, and play that big boy style of football. Sorry, basketball.
It's basketball
season.
Coming to the end of this season, regular season.
Well, you know, with the Super Bowl right around the corner, I had something on my mind there.
Thoughts of Super Bowl with the Philadelphia Eagles, Kansas City Chiefs. Three-pointer, no good. Rebounded by Spring Grove. Jump ball.
Expect a lot of production from number 30, Avon Myers, and also number 15, Ethan Glass. Ethan Glass leads the league so far this year in three-pointers, with over 50 three-pointers in the game.
That's going to be a foul called on Anthony Torres, who our sports fans might remember. He leading rusher for football this season with 1,933 yards rushing and 13 touchdowns.
Right under 2,000 yards, and he was our breakout player of the year.
Big three.
That's Ethan Glass, number 15, and continues to knock down those threes. As I said again, he's leading the YIAA in three-points made. And I like the trap that I see right now from Spring Grove. They're creating some traction and getting some turnovers and making it really tough for York Tech so far in this first quarter.
You mentioned earlier, both teams come in with identical records. York Tech Division III YIAA. You mentioned Spring Grove Division I team.
The junior Overton with the ball, deep three. Rebound by Bischoff, Ryan Bischoff, out to Anthony Torres. He looks. Guarded by Avon Myers.
Interesting stat for Jordan Overton. Comes in with 25 threes. Keep an eye on Jordan Overton and his teammate Michael Gladney, 30 threes.
Oh, they can put him up.
Yes.
And there's a look right there. He had an open look. Second guessed it. Overton with the ball. Guarded by the freshman Caleb Allen.
Deep three off the iron, rebounded by Jay Norweiler.
Avon Myers for three, short, rebound, outlet. Anthony Torres on the break.
Nice move by Torres.
Makes something out of nothing. Not only does he play football, but he can play basketball as well. I want to keep an eye on Anthony Torres. This is his senior year. He'll be a kid that's going to go to college and, you know, be a huge asset to any program that he decides to go to. And they like this matchup here. Oweiler with the ball, kick out to Ethan Glass.
Big three.
And he makes it look easy.
Big Glass.
Already 2 threes to start in his first quarter.
And 6 points for Ethan Glass early here in the first quarter with
That's
just
a nice
over 4
outlet
minutes
pass.
to go. Schimmel to the net.
And that's the way you want to beat the press. That was a nice outlet pass from Anthony Torres to Schimmel, the 6'4" senior, number 44. Checking in the game is number 13 for Spring Grove.
Mizell Santana checking in for Spring Grove. He's going to send Schimmel to the charity stripe.
And right now, I believe the key for York Tech, they have to do a better job on defense. You know, Spring Grove is getting the shots they want, running their offense and knocking down some big threes. Looks like they're in the zone defense, and that's not really working for them so far in this game.
Three
And that's
was
a big-time
short.
rebound. And
Overton
transition.
to the net. Misses on his shot.
Avon Myers with the ball.
Bring the ball up court. With 3:42 to go here in the first quarter, Spring Grove 14, York Tech 7.
That's a lot of points so far being scored in this first quarter. There's a lot of buckets being put up. York Tech needs to do a better job on the rebounds and get those second chance opportunities. Already Ethan Glass has 2 threes in the first quarter. And that's a nice drive from Santana.
Santana with his first points tonight. Schimmel misses.
Deep three.
And makes it.
Knocks down for Jordan Overton, number 2, the junior for York Tech.
Make that 26 threes for Overton.
And that's a nice crossover just to the bucket.
Avon Myers.
Avon Myers can score points at a high clip, and that's a nice outlet pass. At this luxurious gym that York Tech
beautiful.
has.
I tell you, what a facility.
This is
Video
one of the
screens
best.
on each end of the courts here, and of course it'll be the home for the semifinals and county championships in YIAA here in a couple weeks.
And there's a scrum for the ball there. Spring Grove gets it. Half court bounce pass, 3 off.
Off the mark there by
Rebound by
Santana.
Overton.
An 8-point lead right now for Spring Grove, 18-10. Thank you for tuning in to Sports Shooting Stars this Wednesday.
Yeah, we have a bevy of games, 3 games this week, Todd.
You say a triple header
Triple
in 3
header.
days of sorts? Yeah, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday.
That's good defense from Avon Myers. With the Euro step kick out 3.
Off
Short.
the iron. Torres
Rebound,
with the
Anthony
rebound.
Torres. Kicks it out to Gladney.
And Tech being patient right now. With
Being
the
very
ball
patient.
offensively. Down low to Torres. Fouled on the play.
Sending Torres to the line. That patience paid off in that particular situation. Sending Torres to the line, shooting 2.
I want to remind the sports fans we'll be on the road tomorrow to Cumberland Valley, to the Dome, as they'll play host to Central York in a big matchup, a 6A matchup. Cumberland Valley ranked number 2, right behind Reading High School in 6A rankings.
Yeah, Cumberland Valley really came out of nowhere. I know
Yes.
a lot of fans know Cumberland Valley for being a football school.
Correct.
But the basketball team is doing a great job this year. Very stout team. Have a lot of guys that believe in the system, and right now they're ranked at number 2. I believe their record is 17-2.
And of course,
So
as
far.
we know, Reading undefeated with that number 1 spot in 6A, and with Coach Rick Perez.
And Reading only has 1 loss this year, Todd, and that was an out-of-conference game to a team out of Philadelphia, I believe.
Okay.
But in their conference,
In the
undefeated
conference,
at 17-0.
undefeated,
Anthony Torres with the ball, assessing what he can do. Drives to the bucket.
And a steal.
Bounce
Myers
pass.
pass to Santana for the bucket.
And that's a great look from Avon Myers.
Just over 30 seconds remain here in the opening quarter from York Tech Gymnasium.
And York Tech needs to get back on defense. You can't rely on everything on the offense. You need to get back on defense and stop this transitional points that Spring Grove's getting so far in this game. If I'm not mistaken, Todd, they have at least 8 to 10 points just off of layups.
Layups. Yep.
Overton with the ball, guarded against Avon Myers.
Pouring the ball back near midcourt, and again, it would be safe to say that York Tech going to hold for the final possession here. 10 seconds and counting here.
And they're looking for a good shot here. A little bit of time.
3 off the backboard.
But that tip in will count for number 12 for the Spartans.
Tyson Smith with his first points as the buzzer sounded here to end the first quarter. With your score, Spring Grove 20, York Tech 12. Your thoughts on the opening quarter, dude?
Hey, Todd, I think that wasn't a bad first half for York Tech, I'm sorry, bad first quarter for York Tech. I think Spring Grove came out and did exactly what they wanted to do. They ran the ball, got some easy points in transition. York Tech is still scoring some buckets, as you can see. Yeah, and they also have that Jumbotron there, which is very, very nice. One of a kind for anything in YIAA.
Yes, by far, yeah. What a setup here. And, you know, we talked earlier about students maybe considering coming here to York Tech to learn a trade,
Oh, yeah.
technical skill, and this is what they have to offer here, particularly nowadays with the cost of higher education. You can come here and pick up a trade or skill and get right out into the job market and make decent money.
Yeah, they got a whole lot of different classes and different courses different trades that, you know, any student can be interested in. I know they have a waiting list because it's becoming now a hot commodity to get here and you know, as far as attending this school. And, you know, it's all about, you know, academics. So, you know, sports comes second sometimes. You definitely have student athletes, but it's all about the academics, and that's what York Tech provides, academics and trades.
They're preparing their students, yes, for the workforce here at York Tech. And we're underway here with the start of the second quarter. York Tech moving right to left on your TV screen.
And again, I believe York Tech can get back into this game if they play some defense. First quarter, no defense at all, in my opinion, but they got to get back on defense. Looks like they're trusting their offense and trying to get an open shot.
Almost like a 2-3 zone set up here by Spring Grove to start the second quarter.
And that's their open look right there. A little short.
Short by Torres on his three-point attempt. Ethan Glass bringing the ball up court for Spring Grove. He has 6 points in tonight's game.
And the key right now for York Tech is to get a stop. If they can get a stop here, I think they're in a good situation as far as chipping back into this game.
Yeah, York Tech down by 8 right now.
And that's a steal.
Anthony Torres with the ball in transition, bringing the ball up court. 6'1" senior.
Doesn't see anything on the baseline, kicks it out. And that's Overton thought about it for a half a second. Gladney with the ball. And we just talked about that. York Tech getting some stops and getting some turnovers.
We'll see if they can capitalize. And then we'll be on the air Friday for our third game of the week as we'll travel to West York as they'll play host to the new Oxford Colonials.
That's going to be a really interesting game. If West York wins that game, they win that Division II crown in Division II. And then next week, we start the county playoffs. So, you know, we're in full swing with a lot of different games. Super excited. And, you know, this is that time.
Busy broadcast schedule for both of us. How about it, dude?
It's that time of year where things get really hectic, and there's a lot of basketball being played. Avon Myers with the spin moves, space, and the soft roll for the bucket. As we said before, he's a known scorer. He can score a lot of points.
Yeah, well, Ethan Glass and Avon Myers, the 1-2 punch for the Spring Grove Rockets.
Yeah, you can.
Players to keep an eye on.
On any given night, you can expect at least 35 to 45 points between both those guys. They're going to provide you with some good production between two players.
York Tech ball. Torres hand and a steal. And an easy bucket for Avon Myers. That's 8 points for Avon Myers, the junior for Spring Grove. With just over 5 minutes to go, your score, Spring Grove 24, York Tech 12.
There's a lot of contact down there in the paint. Referee saw that contact and called the foul.
Player substitutions now.
And coming in the game is number 13, Ryan Bischoff, who's the son of our good friend Steve Bischoff, who helps us commentate some games here and there.
Big three by Ethan Schimmel. 8 points for Ethan Schimmel.
Schimmel, he likes that three-point shot. And there's another steal.
Steal. That's Tyson Smith bringing the ball up court.
And that's a travel call
called on Tyson Smith, the 6-foot guard, sophomore for York Tech.
Really good energy, though. That's exactly what York Tech needs to continue to provide is those type of steals and to play defense to get back into this game.
Jump shot short by Jay Norweiler. York Tech with the ball. Just over 4.5 minutes to go before halftime here at York Tech Gymnasium. And the bucket. For
Slowly
Michael
but surely,
Glatt.
York Tech is starting to creep back into this game. Haven't caught Ethan Glass' name in a while.
What a
But just
move.
like that, they score big buckets
Tanner
very quickly.
Hoffman with his first points in tonight's game. Big three by Amari Williams.
Looks like York Tech has woken up a bit in this second quarter. This is not a game a team like Spring Grove wants to drop. They want to come out and stay aggressive. And that's a nice box out. And now they're getting to the rebounds. And they got guys down low, and they're pushing the ball. Spin move
Down
up and
low
under.
by Tyson Smith.
And that's enough to get him to the line.
York Tech cuts into the lead here, just down by 6, 26-20 right now. Spring Grove with 3:36 to go and a timeout called on the court by Spring Grove with 3:36 to go. Your leading scorers in tonight's game for York Tech, Ethan Schimmel has 8 points. And for Spring Grove, your leading scorer, Avon Myers, has 8 points.
It'd be a good time to mention some of our sponsors as well tonight. Pretty much our season-long sponsors, which we had Thornton Automotive of Dover, S3 Performance Training, Basil Insurance, the Basketball Warehouse, Parma's Pizza, PA Legends, Inchico Sports,
Blacktop Bash.
Blacktop
AAU.
Bash. Not our sponsor for this particular
But
game,
they have
but
the
they have
past couple-
sponsors. Yep.
Our
Big shout out
we
to
have
them.
a bevy of sponsors.
Yes, we
and
do.
Sometimes they
overlap
come in and
sometimes.
yes,
Yep.
between games.
You can also see our
Fairview
sponsor.
Learning.
Fairview Early Learning Center
Learning
as
Center.
well. And you can see some of our sponsorship information at the lower third of our screen. These are
Support our sponsors. They support Sports Shooting Stars and our project here, broadcasting the games.
and really all the student athletes in the county. They do a lot for, I go to different gyms and I see S3 Performance Training, their logo there. I see Basil Insurance all over the place, as far as Thornton Automotive as well. Inchico Sports, which we already know is, coming with a lot of good things for York County.
Will be breaking ground sometime this spring on their new sports complex where the old Central High School.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty amazing.
We talk about premier facilities. This gymnasium we're standing in tonight, I think that one over there where the old Central High School sits is going to be another
It's going to
premier
be amazing.
facility
Absolutely.
for York County.
And it's only a 5-point game. Avon Myers with the ball. Couldn't connect on a fadeaway. Rebound by Ryan Bischoff. And York Tech is pushing the ball down, looking to creep into this game and cut it to about a one-possession game.
Plenty of time remaining before halftime. 3 minutes. Oh,
And that's a careless turnover. And here is Spring Grove back in transition. No foul call. York Tech pushing the ball.
Tyson Smith with the ball to give to Michael Gladney.
And that's an open three.
Smith for three and drains it.
Knocked it down. And just like that, it's a 2-point game.
6 points for Tyson Smith.
In and out. Great rebound out to Ethan Glass. Off the glass
Off the glass.
for 2 points.
Ethan Glass now with 8 points.
And as soon as York Tech starts to hit start to get some more rebounds and play defense, just like that, they got right back into the game.
Yeah, a 4-point lead. Only a 4-point lead for Spring Grove right now. 28-24, 2:02 to go here before halftime. Schimmel, jump shot.
Almost off the glass, gets his own rebound.
And And, you talk about the county championships coming up, and right now the standings heading into tonight. Well, you have York High in Division I. You have Central York. Dallastown sitting in at number 3 spot. Big three. Schimmel.
And Schimmel's starting to heat up a little bit in his first half.
Double digits now for Ethan, 11 points. And pulls York Tech within 20.
Well, York Tech is telling you right now, there's no cakewalk. They're in here playing at home, and they're playing with aggression. But that play there has been consistently working for Spring Grove. Great backdoor pass.
Dawson McMaster with 4 points tonight.
Schimmel to the bucket.
Spring Grove's been executing that play all night to perfection.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Nice swing pass.
And a travel call.
That'll be a travel call.
Spring Grove 30, York Tech 27, 1:12 to go here before halftime. You're watching Sports Shooting Stars. It's Todd Edwards along with my broadcast partner, Dew Jones, coming to you live this Wednesday night. Our first of 3 games this week. We'll be bringing the action to you.
Yeah, a lot of games this week, a lot of fun. Cumberland Valley hasn't featured that team yet this year. We will, though, and that's a nice recovery. Avon Myers to the bucket, and he's fouled.
And a foul called on Avon Myers, who will go to the charity stripe. 8 points, looking to add to his point total here with 51.8 seconds to go.
I know one thing, Spring Grove better wake up a bit, because this team at York Tech, they're not trying to get any losses on their home court. As we said again, both teams come in at 6-13, so they're pretty much evenly matched as far as their record. Avon Myers gives him his 10th point of the night. Believe leading all scorers so far.
No, Ethan Schimmel.
Ethan Schimmel.
Ethan Schimmel with 11 points. There's Torres drive to the bucket.
All the way, a little short. Spring Grove pushing. Kick out. Rebound by Schimmel.
Off Torres' shoulder or head there, and a turnover. Spring Grove with the possession.
And these are costly turnovers if Spring Grove ends up making some points. Avon Myers showing his skill, his ball handling skills a little bit out there. That's a quick foul.
Foul by Tyson Smith with 6.3 seconds remaining. A 5-point lead now for Spring Grove. We'll see what Spring Grove has dialed up here with just 6 seconds remaining.
And Spring Grove trying to go back to that backdoor play. That's been so
successful tonight.
So successful so far in this game, but it didn't happen that time. York Tech did a great job of paying attention.
3.6 seconds remain. The inbound pass.
And that's a quick foul.
To
Anthony
Avon
Torres
Myers.
sending Avon Myers to the line to shoot 2.
Each team has 6 fouls. Heading into halftime here.
Avon Myers is one of those kids that play year-round as well, plays AAU basketball. Believe he played for the Ballers last year in AAU. Big guard, as I say. Has some mass to him a little bit. Knows how to create some space and get his shot off. 2.2 seconds remaining in the first half.
Rolls in for Avon. 12 points for Avon Myers.
And that shot's a bit short.
And we've arrived at halftime with your score. Spring Grove 34, York Tech 27. Your leading scores tonight, well, for York Tech, it's Ethan Schimmel, the 6'4" senior, with 11 points. And then Spring Grove's leading scorer, Junior Avon Myers has 12 points.
Yeah, it's been a nice matchup so far between both these ball clubs. Like I said, York Tech did a great job of getting back into the game. They were down by about 10. Did a great job getting back into the game, cutting into to about 2 points, and then Spring Grove went on their run again, playing their offense and, playing and getting some good points in transition. And so far, they've been, controlling the game.
At Thornton Automotive's 6 locations in Manchester, Dover, East York, and Red Lion, our customer appreciation sales event is going on now. At Thornton Automotive, we understand you have a lot of choices for your automotive needs, and we invite you to come in and see why we're York County's fastest growing auto group. You want to drive home happy with over 700 new and used cars, trucks, and SUVs?
You got it.
You want huge clearance saving with no money down and low payments?
You got it.
Then shop online 24/7 at Thornton247.com.
This stuff comes in more handy because
Does it? Okay.
Yeah, because if we don't have this stuff, then we have to go out and buy it.
Okay.
And whenever we get an excess, we just give it to our vets that come pick up food for the military share.
All right, we just pulled back into Thornton Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram after a long day. We were able to fill a truck bed for Mr. Sandys. It's going to go a long way for them. We really appreciate everybody that was able to donate this year.
this stuff comes in more handy because
Does it? Okay.
yeah, because if we don't have this stuff, then we have to go out and buy it.
Okay.
And whenever we get an excess, we just give it to our vets that come pick up food for the military share.
All right, we just pulled back into Thornton Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram after a long day. We were able to fill a truck bed for Mr. Sandy's. It's going to go a long way for them. We really appreciate everybody that was able to donate this year.
We're back, sports fans. Both teams out on the hardwood floor coming off halftime here. Again, your score, Spring Grove 34, York Tech 27. Moments away from the start of the third quarter here at York Tech Gymnasium.
Yeah, that was a quick first half, Todd. We talked about that earlier. They went up and down the court pretty fast. Only six fouls called, but, well, 12 total, with 6 on each team. So they played a really clean game so far in this first half. I believe that York Tech did a great job of getting back into the game. They had to clean up on some of their mistakes, get back on defense, and watch that back door that has been so successful so far for Spring Grove. They've been doing that at a consistent rate and getting some good buckets.
Spring Grove now will get the ball here to start things off here in the third quarter. They'll be moving right to left on your TV screen, and we are underway with the start of the third quarter. Thank you for tuning in to Sports Shooting Stars. Down low, and the foot in.
And we just talked about that screen and those backdoor plays. That's been killing York Tech so far.
Dawson McMaster, the junior, has 6 points now for Spring Grove.
Spring Grove is doing a great job of pushing York Tech out by the half-court line, around the three-point line, and making them work to get inside the paint.
York Tech with the possession. Just underway here, start the third quarter.
Spring Grove still in that trap. That's an open shot for a split second. Deep three.
Off the
Short.
iron. Rebound by McMaster as he brings the ball up court for Spring Grove.
Spin move by Avon. Kick out. Rebound by Anthony Torres. Gives it to Jordan Overton, the junior for York Tech, out to Gladney.
Jordan Overton, 5'5" junior, as you mentioned, 3 points in tonight's game.
And it looks like York Tech is back into a man-to-man. That's an open three.
Deep three, and sinks it. Big shot by Amari Williams.
Amari Williams gets him 6 points on the night.
5'8" junior.
And I tell you what, York Tech is still creeping around. They're not letting go anything.
Big three there by Ethan Glass.
And that gives Ethan 3 threes on the night. And as we said earlier, leading the league in the YIAA in 3 points made with over 50 of them.
Scramble for the ball.
That's a nice hustle. It's another open look. Overton thought about it. Anthony Torres with the ball, drives, sees something.
Nice jump shot there.
Knocks down the mid-range jump shot for Anthony Torres.
4 points for Anthony tonight. I was told at halftime, taking automotive studies here, and a big three.
Well, I tell you what, Ethan Glass has the best. He's the best three-point shooter for a reason. That's 4 on tonight.
Yeah.
Over 50 on the season. Kind of reminds me a little bit of Karan Mallory last year. I think Karan had about 73s at the end of the season, and Ethan is around like 50 plus. So these guys can shoot it at a very high clip, and it's good to see that on display. Schimmel with the rebound.
Down low baseline. There's Torres.
Missed the bunny underneath. It's an outlet pass.
The freshman, Caleb Allen. We mentioned earlier in tonight's game, Ethan Glass, Avon Myers really providing that 1-2 punch for Spring Grove. Ethan Glass with 14 points and Avon Myers with 12 points.
They're a strong, strong unit. Avon Myers and Ethan Glass. Very strong tandem between those two guys.
Allen now with 3 points. It's another opportunity to add to his point column here tonight.
Short on the second. That's a nice drive, nice dish off to Kimmel.
With a bucket.
And that's a nice drive and way to create something for Gladney with a nice bucket to Kimmel.
Schimmel now 13 points.
There's that back door that's been so effective.
For Spring Grove, not particularly on that play. But
if it's not broke, don't fix it. It's been working so far in this game.
A lot of fans that are tuned in tonight think of Spring Grove Rockets several years removed from when one Eli Brooks played for Spring Grove. Over 2,000 points scored at Spring Grove and then went on for a stellar career at Michigan. And now with the farm team of the Indiana Pacers.
Yeah, Eli's been doing a lot of great things. I think he's a great example for a lot of the kids in the YIAA and beyond Central Pennsylvania as far as how far he took his career as far as playing at the big house at Michigan, University of Michigan, playing alongside Jordan Poole. And, you know, just having those connections with Juwan Howard and the rest of the guys at Michigan. I mean, the sky's the limit. I think he's a great example of, you know, what we want to see in a student athlete.
And another athlete tied in with Inchinco Sports. As
Absolutely.
We had the opportunity last year to be part of an event with him.
Had a great time doing the Eli Brooks fundraiser event with the Inchinco, with Inchinco Sports over at the old Central High School, which will be converted into the new sports facility that's coming out within the next 12 months. As always, want to thank the fans for tuning in. Go to the live chat and talk to us about the game a little bit.
And never too early to start thinking about players of the game or player of the game.
And that's a nice bounce pass. Great move. Tough move for Overton.
Overton fouled on that play with 4:02 to go here in the third quarter. Spring Grove 43, York Tech 34.
Really like Schimmel's game as well, number 44 for York Tech. Still a little bit raw in certain aspects, but very aggressive, tries hard.
Well,
big man at 6'4".
He's their big man on the roster, listed at 6'4". Senior for York Tech. Overton now with 5 points for York Tech.
Nice move for Avon Myers.
What a shot.
Textbook. Just cleared himself open after the fake handoffs and just did a step back, mid-range shot there.
14 points for Avon Myers. Making it look easy out there.
Yeah, he's a scorer. Anthony Torres open for three. Bit short. Ethan Glass with the run. And I believe that's a foul call on York Tech.
Foul call on number 4. That's Michael Gladney. It will send Ethan Glass to the charity stripe with 3:20 to go.
Also want to tell the fans that you said, Todd, we have a triple header coming this week. Tonight is York Tech versus Spring Grove. Tomorrow, Cumberland Valley versus Central York.
From the Dome.
From the Dome. Up at Cumberland Valley is our first time filming at that gymnasium.
Venue.
And then we'll be back at West York versus New Oxford. And with that win with West York, they can wrap up the Division II crown.
And that will close out our regular season portion of Sports Shooting Stars this Friday at West York as they play host to the New Oxford Colonials. Hoping to see our fans come out, stop by, say hi, put your face into place this Friday at West York. And Schimmel, what a move.
And that's a nice hop step. And as we just said, Schimmel game is very, very nice to me. I like this move as a big man. And right there, he was showing how he can be agile with the ball in his hand.
Yeah, and already 15 points for Schimmel.
And that should have been a foul and one for Avon Myers. I can hear the slap from up here. But that's a nice move from Avon.
16 points now for Avon Myers with under 3 minutes.
And he's playing defense as well. He's on the floor. He's being scrappy. Deep three. Short. Checking back into the game is number 12 for York Tech.
That's Tyson Smith, who
And
has
also-
6 points.
And also number 13, Ryan Bischoff.
5'8" junior for York Tech.
A couple defensive stops, and York Tech can start to creep back into this game. But I gotta give a lot of credit to Spring Grove for running their offense and knocking down some big shots. They're doing exactly what they want to do out there, and they have total control over this game. If you can slow down Avon or Ethan, then you have a slight chance. But if you can't slow those guys down, it's going to be a long night. And that's a blocking call. It's going to send Anthony Torres to the line.
Anthony with 4 points tonight, looking to add to his point total. 11-point lead right now for Spring Grove, 49-38.
And Anthony has had some of the open threes. Missed 2 of them, but once he starts knocking down those open threes, he can creep back into this game, and it can, make it more of a competitive matchup.
Six points for Anthony Torres. Big 3 attempt by Glass comes up short. York Tech moves the ball around. Torres, jump shot, makes it.
And that's exactly what they need. Torres to get involved a little bit more, and that's a nice jump shot from the senior Anthony Torres.
Nice bucket by Glass.
But
18 points now for Ethan.
Nice take to the bucket, a little bit short. Spring Grove with the ball in transition.
Myers thought about a three-pointer there, drives to the net, and a travel called on Avon Myers. In a rather fast-moving game, few timeouts taken in tonight's game, and game's kind of moving along rather quickly. Under a minute to go, 54 seconds here in the third quarter. Spring Grove with the lead, 51-42.
And you see the calm nature from the York Tech coaches. I don't think they got out their seat yet. They've been pretty much composed.
Led by their head coach, Doug Fink, and assistants Matt Small and David Overton, who we spoke to pre-game,
Yep.
assistant coach.
Hooked us up with some stats. That's a nice back door. And it's been a competitive game so far. York Tech has shown me a lot of talent. I would like to see him go back to Schimmel. Schimmel's been having a great game so far. He gets the ball erratically, in my opinion. He gets the ball like every other possession, but I would like to see a lot of more offense work through Schimmel.
Well, and Schimmel's York Tech's leading scorer with 15 points.
And they need some spacing going on right now. They're just kind of dribbling the ball, looking to get that last second shot. Like to see a pick and roll action happen right here, and that's what
5
Schimmel's about
seconds
to
and
do.
counting. Have to make it quick, and a turnover. At the end of the third quarter, your score, Spring Grove 51, York Tech.
At Thornton Automotive's 6 locations in Manchester, Dover, East York, and Red Lion. Our customer appreciation sales event is going on now. At Thornton Automotive, we understand you have a lot of choices for your automotive needs, and we invite you to come in and see why we're York County's fastest growing auto group. You want to drive home happy with over 700 new and used cars, trucks, and SUVs?
You got it.
You want huge clearance saving with no money down and low payments?
You got
Then
it.
shop online 24/7 at Thornton247.com.
Welcome back, sports fans, to the start of the fourth quarter. Todd Edwards, Dew Jones, Sports Shooting Stars. Spring Grove with the possession. Swatted away by Anthony Torres.
Big time block for Anthony Torres.
Even Myers went to the net.
He must have got tired of seeing that backdoor play. Was like, hey, let me make a move on there.
He certainly made a move on that play.
Avon Myers with the ball back. He goes right back at Anthony Torres. He wants to get some get back, and
Nice
he does.
jump shot by Myers.
And that's one of Avon Myers' moves. He likes to create space with that bump and that spin move. And if he can get that move to connect, then you can almost guarantee he's going to knock down that shot.
Even Myers now with 18 points for Spring Grove. And an 11-point lead. Spring Grove 53, York Tech 42, 7:27 remain in regulation.
And a pretty fast-moving game so far.
Yes.
And that's a great attempt for a steal. Tough shot for Smith. Short rebound.
It's Bischoff down low.
That's going to send Bischoff to the line to shoot two. Way to be
Ryan.
scrappy on the board and get your team an opportunity to score.
5'8" junior now at the charity stripe, looking for his first points in tonight's game. His father, Steve, in attendance tonight. Had a chance to talk to him pre-game.
And if I'm not mistaken, I believe Steve works for Spring Grove as well. He's a counselor at Spring Grove.
And
So
occasionally pitch hits for
yes.
you do when you're not able to make it.
Yeah, he was also my youngest son's former basketball coach for about 3-4 years. Steve Bischoff does a lot for the community. Big shout out to him. Really appreciate everything he does. He has another son, Evan Bischoff, that plays for York Catholic as a freshman. Having a really good year so far.
Deep three made by Ethan Glass.
And that's
we
5
can't say
threes.
enough about Ethan Glass right now. 21 points for Ethan.
And 15 points of those 21 are threes.
Turnover. Freshman Caleb Allen gives.
And watch, here's another one. He thought about it.
But down low, there for the bucket.
And now just that skill set that Spring Grove has is starting to be on display. They have their biggest lead so far in the game at 15.
Jaden Orweiler with 4 points, making his father, who is interim head coach tonight, Kirby Orweiler, happy.
That's a nice drive.
.604 remain here in the fourth quarter. Your score, Spring Grove 58, York Tech 43. Spartans possession. And a travel call on number 4, Michael Gladney. Will give Spring Grove the ball with 6:01 to go.
There's a timeout for Spring Grove.
Coach Orweiler calls a timeout with 6:01 remaining. I want to remind the fans we have back on the air tomorrow night as we'll travel to Cumberland Valley as they'll play host to Central York. And then Friday night, we'll conclude our final game of the regular season as we travel to West York as they play host to the New Oxford Colonials. Busy broadcast week for Sports Shooting Stars, and we hope you settle in with Sports Shooting Stars all week with your bottled water and popcorn and enjoy our broadcast. And then we'll ramp things up with the county playoffs starting in approximately over a week away from the county playoffs, and then ultimately the county championship games that will be held here, both boys and girls.
Yeah, and it's truly a toss-up this year with the county playoffs. I believe any team can walk away with a victory against each other. It's going to be very tight, highly contested. And that was a nice rundown for Anthony Torres, showing you that football speed, as we said again, over 1,973 yards, I believe.
Yeah, nearly 2,000 yards rushing for the York Tech Spartans. Nice move by Gladney. 4 points for Michael.
Avon Myers saw something.
Off the iron. Spring Grove will maintain possession. Glass inbounds to Avon Myers. Matched up against Anthony Torres. Jump shot just short. And a scramble for the ball. Down low, there it is, due to Jaden Orweiler. 6 points for Jaden.
And that's been so consistent so far in this game. That backdoor cut and getting those easy layups. Spring Grove has at least 20 points just doing that.
Torres to the net and the put in.
And that's a tough take for Anthony Torres. The senior.
10 points now for Anthony tonight.
The senior for York Tech.
You mentioned it earlier, Ethan Schimmel, who has 15 points for York Tech. Awfully quiet here in the second half.
Avon Myers, that's his favorite move with the spin move. That space bump, spin move.
20 points for Avon Myers, 20 points for Ethan Glass, 40 points of the 62 for Spring Grove, and Spring Grove up.
And we
62.
expected that coming in. They average about 35 to 45 points of Spring Grove's offense in their production.
Amazing output by Glass and Myers tonight with just over 4 minutes remaining in regulation. And a turnover for York Tech. And there for the put-in, Smith cleaning things up. 8 points for Tyson Smith. 6-foot sophomore guard for York Tech. What a three by Ethan Glass. Now 24 points. 65 Spring Grove, York Tech 49.
Gives Ethan Glass 6 threes on the night, 18 points from beyond the arc.
And that's really been the difference in tonight's game for Spring Grove. Clearly in the driver's seat right now with just over 3 minutes to go. Spring Grove 65, York Tech 49.
That's a tough lay to the bucket.
Out to McMaster.
Try to get a little fancy. That's another one. 7.
And drains it.
Wow.
Wow is right, due. Ethan Glass, now unofficially 27 points. Avon Myers with 20 points.
And Avon Myers, Ethan Glass. I mean, that backcourt tandem, man, is something else. But Ethan is leading the league, has over 53s so far in this season, and he's been putting up at a high clip. 7 threes in one game is not unusual for Ethan Glass. He has done this before, and I believe Avon really feeds off that as well because he can knock it down too. He's like a mid-range assassin, doing that spin move, getting that bump space, and knocking down those mid-ranges. But those two guys can just shoot. I wonder how much they spend, how much time they spend in the offseason together because they work really well together.
They work in unison here tonight, and what a 1-2 punch for Spring Grove. And really providing to be too much for the York Tech Spartans with 2:48 remaining.
And York Tech was in this game, I mean, all up until about 5 minutes into this game, and boom, just like that, Spring Grove opened it wide open.
Torres now with the ball.
And there's that spacing issue that, York Tech sometimes has. They need to have some more spacing so they can convert plays.
Schimmel down low with the put in.
And that's a great job from Schimmel. Doesn't give up. Has 17 points so far in tonight's contest. And that's a tough take for number 11.
Jay Norweiler.
Oweiler.
Junior for Spring Grove. Will now shoot from the charity stripe.
And you got to think about it, Todd. This year we did the slam dunk competition. We did the All-Star game last year. And this year we're going to implement the three-point contest to the All-Star game. So, a guy like Ethan Glass, Avon Myers, they're at the top of our list as far as getting those guys in there.
Yeah, they've put on quite the show tonight.
They have.
For our viewers at home and here at York Tech Gymnasium.
I believe last year, if I'm not mistaken, Karan Mallory won our three-point contest in an All-Star game that we hosted last year at Sports Shooting Stars. The Battle of the Roses between Lancaster and York County. That's another turnover.
And a steal.
And that's
Allen
a freshman
with the ball.
going up.
There to clean it up.
And that's one of those double stats. You get your own rebound and you get a point.
That's 5 points for the freshman, Caleb Allen. And a 20-point lead right now for Spring Grove, 71. York Tech 51.
And if you watch this game, it wasn't that big of a cushion throughout this whole game. It's been very a very close contest between both ball clubs. And then this fourth quarter, when Ethan Glass just got hot with those 7 threes, he had 5 in the first half. 4 in the first half and 3 in the second half, and he's been hot. And it's really hard to stop a guy, from the three-point range when he starts to heat up. Want to encourage the fans, go to the live chat. Let us know who you believe the player of the game should be. We have an idea, but we want to hear it from you guys.
And rolls out. And in.
And Spring Grove is starting to play some of their younger guys, giving them an opportunity.
For Jay Norweiler, 9 points now. Some substitutions
and that's a nice
now
hustle.
For Spring Grove.
Great outlet pass. And it's just too much.
That's Tanner Hoffman with a bucket. 4 points for Tanner tonight, and everyone for Spring Grove's kind of getting in on the scoring. That was Owen Renda to the net. Nice move.
And they're just getting layup after layup, and it's looking like a huge blowout.
Santana with 6 points.
And the crazy thing about it, this offensive surge really came in the last 5 minutes of this quarter.
Yeah, Tyson Smith now in double digits with 10 points. And a timeout called on the court. With your score, Spring Grove 77, York Tech 53 with 38.4 seconds remaining in regulation.
And the key for York Tech, they got to work on turnovers and running the offense and also getting back on defense. I know these are some of the, obvious things that you have to work on, but these are things you have to work on, the turnovers, spacing, and getting back on defense. And I'm just going to put it there as well. They got to have some more energy from their bench, and from the reserves, and even the coaches. You just want everybody to be so engaged and, so hyped up, especially when you're playing at home, at your home court.
Home court advantage here at York Tech tonight. And Spring Grove came in rather soundly now with a commanding lead.
Well, Spring Grove did exactly what they wanted to do. They did a great job of, running their offense, and then this fourth quarter, they just exploded with about 30 points in this fourth quarter, and really provided that cushion in that space. And want to tell the fans as well, go to the live chat and let us know who you believe the player of the game should be. Very interested in hearing that.
Smith with the ball and the bucket.
That's a nice outlet pass. And these guys are still playing. Still a lot of time on the clock.
And a trap.
And he gets out of the trap, finds an open guy for three.
Bischoff off
Short.
the iron.
And I believe they're probably just going to let the time run out. No, they're going to stop the clock with
2.7 seconds remain.
Don't expect much to happen here. And that's the game, guys.
Spring Grove 77, York Tech 55.
Wow.
And what a game.
That was a good game. Like I said, very close, contested game until the fourth quarter, about 6 minutes left. Spring Grove went crazy, on the backs of Ethan Glass and also Avon Myers.
Yes.
And those guys combined for, I believe, almost 50 points tonight.
47 between Ethan Glass and Avon Myers. Ethan Glass unofficially with 27 points, Avon Myers with 20 points, as both teams meet down on the court to exchange handshakes and head back to the locker room area. We're going to make our way to try to go down court to talk to the player of the game. Sometimes it's always a race and a scramble, as my broadcast partner, Dew Jones, made his way down there sometimes to get the players. They'll go back and meet with the coach, break things down a little bit, and then have them come back and join us down on the hardwood floor, which we will make our way down. How about it, Dew?
We're going to go ahead and roll to commercial, and we'll be back with the players of the game, which is Ethan Glass and also Avon Myers. They had a great game. Spring Grove did exactly what they needed to do, come in and took care of business. York Tech is back to the drawing board for them, but they still have more basketball to play. Their last game is this Friday, so come out and support York Tech.
At Thornton Automotive's 6 locations in Manchester, Dover, East York, and Red Lion, our customer appreciation sales event is going on now. At Thornton Automotive, we understand you have a lot of choices for your automotive needs, and we invite you to come in and see why we're York County's fastest growing auto group. You want to drive home happy with over 700 new and used cars, trucks, and SUVs?
You got it.
You want huge clearance savings with no money down and low payments?
You got
Then
it.
shop online 24/7 at Thornton247.com.
This stuff comes in more handy because
Does it? Okay.
Yeah, because if we don't have this stuff, then we have to go out and buy it.
Okay.
And whenever we get an excess, we just give it to our vets that come pick up food for the military share.
All right, we just pulled back into Thornton Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram after a long day. We were able to fill a truck bed for Mr. Sandys. It's going to go a long way for them. We really appreciate everybody that was able to donate this year.
Welcome back, sports fans. Todd Edwards. Welcome back, sports fans. Todd Edwards standing here idly, well, until I'm joined by my broadcast partner, Dude Jones, and we're joined by our co-players of the game. Congratulations, gentlemen. Please join us. The camera's right in front of us. Joined by our co-players of the game. Big win tonight. Ethan Glass, unofficially with 27 points. Avon Myers, 20 points. Let's start it off with you. Your thoughts on tonight's big win?
It was just a good team win, you know. We just moved the ball real well. The backdoor cut was always there. I mean, with him hitting shots, it's lovely.
Yeah, talk about raining threes. I mean, out of nowhere, it just was raining threes for you tonight. Go ahead.
Yeah, well, like Avon said, you know, the cuts were open. That helped open up everything else. And, you know, playing with a guy like him, playing with a guy like Jay Orweiler, you know, the focus can't always be on me. So pulls some attention away from me. I'm able to stick some shots.
You provide a great 1-2 punch for this Spring Grove team. What's next, and who's next on your schedule?
We got Redline Friday. It'll be a really good game at home. They got us the first time, but I think we can get it for the next one.
So you're encouraging the fans that are tuned in to come out to Spring Grove as they'll play host to Redline, big Division I battle this Friday for you guys.
Yeah, and Ethan, at halftime, what was the mindset coming at halftime with the game being so close? What was the mindset how to, you know, finish the game and, you know, walk away with a victory?
Yeah, well, our defense was definitely slacking in the first half, so we knew we had to come out, bring the defensive intensity, and start from there. You know, we got the lead. We built it from defense. We didn't build it from offense. So, you know, just keep playing defense and turn to offense.
Well, yeah, like Todd said, man, you guys have probably one of the best backcourts as far as shooting range. You got the threes, you got the mid-range that's on fire. And, you know, tonight you were voted as our player of the game. Both of you guys, really. So here's your shirt for player of the game.
Unofficially, 47 points between these two guys here.
And we're live on camera right now.
You're live on television. Anything you'd like to say to maybe any fans, family members that are watching tonight with Sports Shooting Stars?
Hey, Mom. That's it. That's really it. That's really all I have to say.
How about you? Yeah, no, just thanks for coming out. Yeah. Thanks for supporting. My family's up there. They're always supporting me. So
yeah.
We talked to your dad pregame. I know he's up there. So
and Avon, also we didn't have another shirt, but that's a mask for Sports Shooting Stars as player of the game as well. Here's one for you as well. Brand new, so we didn't use them at all, so they're brand new.
Safe trip back to Spring Grove, and all the best in your game Friday here.
Real quick, guys, who are you going for in the Super Bowl?
I like the Chiefs, man. I want the Chiefs. I like watching Patrick Mahomes play.
No doubt,
He's tough, yeah.
Avon?
Chiefs.
Fans, so we got to come back and visit this when the Eagles win, and we'll talk about it then. All right, I got
Let's get a picture with our co-players of the game
yep.
before you bounce out. I'm sure you have the bus is warmed up, ready for you guys to depart.
We'll take a quick
York
picture
Tech
real quick.
to go back to Spring Grove. Well,
You put the shirt up, you don't mind? Good job, guys.
And much
Hey,
to
way
the
to work.
delight
Keep
of your
working hard,
teammates.
man.
Joy, yep, keep it up, guys. Great work out there.
working hard, bro.
Congratulations.
Appreciate it.
Spring Grove Rockets with the win tonight. Big win tonight. And
Yeah. That's
much.
That's a tough backcourt. Like, they can
Oh,
shoot, man. That's a tough backcourt. As we said, Ethan Glass has over 50 threes so far in the YIAA. Leads all 3 points made.
And I've times have stated on our broadcast, how do you stop a shooter from shooting threes
Tough.
consistently? It's tough. Next to
Tough.
getting right in their face and a hand in their face, it's very difficult.
Absolutely.
Once they catch fire, as was evident tonight on our broadcast.
Absolutely. And hey, guys, I want you guys to tune in tomorrow night. We'll be at Cumberland Valley versus Central York. Cumberland Valley listed at number 2 in districts.
Yes, right
York,
behind Reading.
Central York is at number 4 in districts. So that's going to be a really good matchup. And then on Friday, we'll be back with West York versus New Oxford. So it's going to be a really good matchup. 3 games, triple header to end out our regular season.
Over the next 2-3 days, tune into Sports Shooting Stars, like our Facebook page and Instagram, and follow us and subscribe to the YouTube page, Sports Shooting Stars.
Absolutely. Thank you for our sponsors, and thanks for tuning in tonight. We'll see you guys soon.
Have a good night.